The New York Jets are the weirdest team in the NFL. It's like I'm really fighting myself because one day I wake up and I believe that Aaron Rodgers is the key to this team making it to the playoffs. But then I think about all of the offseason drama that they dealt with Aaron Rodgers missing mandatory minicamp to go do drugs, because that's what he did. He missed mandatory minicamp to go do ayahuasca. And it doesn't matter if he alerted them ahead of time. When you miss days of your job that you're required to come to work for, to go do drugs, that's a problem. That's a concern to me. And I don't know if Aaron Rodgers is completely bought in. And then you got the Haasan Reddick thing, which doesn't make a lot of sense to begin with, because the reason why Philadelphia was trading him is because they didn't plan on extending him. So why would you go ahead and trade for him when he was already sitting out and made it pretty clear what his intentions were? He wasn't going to show up, do anything, participate in any mini camp, training camp sessions without a new contract. And yet you make the trade, you finalize it, thinking that this dude is just going to go off of what he was doing. And instead, now he demands a trade a few days ago. And it's just really weird, because it's like you knew this dude was going to be a no-show until he got a new extension. But you still traded for him when you could have just re-signed Bryce Huff, who was younger and at this point probably more productive than what Haasan Reddick is going to be at his age. He's like 30 years old. This is going to be his last opportunity to cash out before he ends up having to settle for veteran minimum deals and not being able to make the most, depending on where he's at and 2-3 years from now, due to his age. The Jets, just for some reason, have become a soap opera. It's like I've heard more things about the New York Jets pertaining to distractions with Aaron Rodgers, Haasan Reddick sitting out due to contract disputes than I've heard anything positive about this team on the field. And that concerns me, because oftentimes the teams that disappoint are the teams that aren't balled in completely. To be a playoff team, everybody has to be on the same page. One team, one goal. And it doesn't seem like the Jets are one team right now. You got Aaron Rodgers, who's doing his own thing. He's more known for being outspoken in his podcast appearances than what he is as an NFL quarterback now. More people talk about Aaron Rodgers, the person off the field, than the man that we've grown up watching all these years prior to his injury last season. And even before he got injured last year, he still had a lot to prove because of how bad his last season was in Green Bay. Green Bay didn't make it to the playoffs in Aaron Rodgers' final season. But in the first season of Jordan Love being the full-time starter, they came really close to making it to the conference championship game. That's not a good look. And I love Aaron Rodgers. You know, I'm not an Aaron Rodgers hater. I don't want it to come off like this. But what I'm trying to say is that I just don't know what the hell to feel about the New York Jets this year. They're the only team that I really don't have a prediction for. I got them 10-7 right now. But I'm really fighting with locking that in because they just have way too much going on. They do. It's just like tuning into an episode of Atlanta Housewives. There's always some drama going on with the New York Jets. And I still got to go back to the idiotic trade that they made for Haasan Reddick. Howie Roseman absolutely finessed New York. The Eagles knew that Haasan wanted to get paid. They weren't going to extend him, and he wasn't going to show up until he got an extension, which is why it confused me that the Jets would trade for him already knowing this. What, you think because it's New York, he all of a sudden was going to want to show up and play despite him wanting to get paid? No, it just makes no damn sense. I just don't know what to think about the New York Jets. I don't. The talent is there. If Aaron Rodgers ends up looking like the bad man that he's been all these years, us watching him, then I love their chances of making it to the postseason. But I just don't know what to expect from this team. I don't even know if it's fair to trust Aaron Rodgers. What has Aaron Rodgers shown to give us any confidence in him? To show that we should trust him. What? Because he's Aaron Rodgers and we should trust him because of what he's done in the past? I watched Peyton Manning in 2015 fall off the cliff. I watched Father Time catch up to him right in the middle of the season. It was a Thursday night game against Kansas City. I remember he broke some kind of record. And then after that, I don't know what the hell happened to him. It's just like the wheels just completely fell off the damn train. And we don't know if Father Time has caught up to Aaron Rodgers. He hasn't even taken a single snap of the preseason yet. And he probably won't, because if he got injured in only 4 or 3 plays last year, if you're Robert Saleh, of course you're not going to risk putting Aaron Rodgers out there in the preseason. But it's just so tough to have a prediction about the New York Jets because they are a really talented team. They got a lot of depth at nearly every position. I mean, look at their damn running back room. You got Breece Hall, who's a monster, but they got this rookie running back out of Wisconsin named Braylon Allen. I remember Braylon Allen starting as a true freshman his first year at 17 years old at Wisconsin. This dude is built like Derrick Henry. This is like Derrick Henry, but times 100 athleticism. I mean, they got all kinds of talent and depth on the interior of their defensive line. They got multiple guys that can get after the quarterback. Guys who are good run stoppers. Guys who can be good situational pass rushers. But despite the talent they have, you got the concerns about Aaron Rodgers. You got the concerns about Robert Saleh. Is this dude even a good coach? Is he? He's not bad. He can still keep you afloat, keep you as a competitive team, despite not having a good quarterback. But Nathaniel Hackett, this dude is the worst offensive coordinator in the league. He's only the OC for the Jets because he's Aaron Rodgers' friend. I mean, they wanted to replace this dude. They tried to do everything to help him out, but Aaron Rodgers said, no, can't do it. It's just, I believe in the Jets. I do. And I do believe they can be a playoff team, but at the same time, I don't say it with a lot of confidence because they don't give you a lot to be confident about. The only thing you can be confident about when you look at the Jets is the roster because the talent is there for them to be not just a playoff team, but a potential Super Bowl contender. But when you got Aaron Rodgers missing mandatory minicamp to go do drugs, you're trading for guys who don't plan on playing for you this year, just a bunch of distractions, and it makes the Jets more of a soap opera than it does a football team. I mean, Aaron Rodgers has this organization eating out of the palm of his hands. Literally everybody in the Jets organization has their knee pads on, sucking up Aaron Rodgers. He's allowed to do whatever he wants. I just am having a hard time trusting the Jets. This is a weird-ass team. Just being honest about it. This is a weird team. It's too much stuff going on, not pertaining to football. I just don't know what to think about the New York Jets, man. It's just so much drama with this team, and I really believe it's going to be the main reason why they end up underachieving this year. But who knows if they underachieve? This is a team that could go either way this year. They're the most unpredictable team in the NFL because maybe Aaron Rodgers can tune out the distractions. He can skip mandatory minicamp, do his drugs, and still play at a high level. If he can do that, kudos to him. But I'm at a point with the Jets now where I got to see. I can't make any predictions. I can't make any assumptions about this squad until I see them play their week 1 opener against the 49ers.